Blackburn Rovers vs Manchester United 2nd of the 4th 2012 SelMcKenzie Selzer-McKenzie. Author D.Selzer-McKenzie. My tip: win for Manchester. This is one of the duels in which the teams from the opposite table pages meet. Blackburn Rovers receive the current table leader Manchester United in the context of the 31st round of the Premier League 16. One should point out that the Rovers in the first leg have celebrated a sensational 3-2 victory in the Old Stratford Stadium, while 2 seasons have them created in front of the home draws against the talk-to-obtain Devils. The beginning, 2nd of the 4th 2012, 21. This proves us very well that the Rovers are one of the most unpleasant opponents offer the current English master, and therefore their fans expect rightly a very good game of their darlings. Having the Rovers improved their game in the stadium of their own considerably the more, there. In the last 3 home meetings they've got hold of even 7 points, namely while they were collecting a defeat in the distance after the great triumph about the Wolves against Bolton. After this defeat its lead behaves from the danger area 3 points on the teams, so that they are, when they have stayed in the table cellar, in a little more favourable situation than a month ago. At that time, there was not so much panic in the team and they did not change the coach but have waited for their chance patiently, though, and this then paid off. We shall not expect any particularly open game against the favoured ManU. This means practically that Yakubu will proceed alone at the spearhead while the fast Hiolett will proceed behind it. It was namely the key player of the Rovers in a couple of last duels. The hurt defensive players Givet and Salgado as well as the midfield players Grella and Red China will be cancelled. Expected list: Blackburn, Robinson, Lowe, then Hanley, Martin Olsen, Formica, N, single quotes on Z, Pedersen, Marcus Olsen, Hiolett, Yakubu. The players of ManU are in the best form with the exception of 3 defeats in the Europe League since the start of the season, because they have credited even 9 victories in the Premiership, while they have brought in only an outwards draw against Chelsea FC. Good results brought them on the leading position, and to be more precise, before that to town rival City Centre, on which they are currently 3 points in the lead, so that the question about the new English master probably is decided in the direct duel in the Etihad Stadium. The charges of the coach Ferguson in front of that expect some very heavy duels, among this also this guest performance against the Rovers, which fight for surviving, so that in any case they will offer a hard resistance, though. However, Rooney and his teammates have got very self-confident, so the play is no longer important, against whom they must begin, and they get that way surely on the Monday evening from the first minute for them on victory at all. However, they will pay attention to their defence so that the situation does not recur a couple of months ago when they collected 3 goals against Blackburn. We just therefore expect a similar way of playing like 7 days ago against Fulham, as half they celebrated a 1-0 home win, and to be more precise by the hit of Rooney at the end of the first. Coach Ferguson cannot count on the defender Vidic as well as with the midfield players Fletcher and Anderson and the go-getter Owen. Expected list: United, Deji, Raphael, Ferdinand, Evans, Evra, Valencia, Carrick, Scholes, Young, Hernandez, Rooney. In this duel much better team is qualitatively of United of course one big favourite, but we have to consider that the hosts who fights for surviving will not give up peacefully, so that they surely will offer a solid resistance, but a little geschlossen end game has been the case in one as it in the Old Stratford Stadium at the end of last year.